This is the Tuesday, May 24th meeting of the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners. My name is Deb Shore, serving as your chair this year. To my left is our Vice Chair, Krista Yoakum, and Rick Vest, and to my right, fellow Commissioners Roma Amundsen and Sean Flowerday. If you'd please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Mr. Clerk, begin the agenda, please.
A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, all written material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available for electronic viewing from the county clerk's staff. Printing options are available upon request. These materials can also be viewed on the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Agenda are minutes, approval of minutes of the Center Point tour held on May 13th, 2022.
Move approval. Second.
All right. Any corrections? Seeing none, call the roll, please.
Best.
Yes.
Amundsen.
Yes.
Yoakum.
Yes.
Flowerday.
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is approval of the minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on May 17th, 2022.
I move approval.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the minutes of May 17th. Call the roll, please.
Flowerday.
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Amundsen.
Abstain.
Yoakum.
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to abstain. I was gone.
On
No, I was gone Thursday. I was here. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My confusion.
Motion carries 3 yes, 2
We're all good.
abstentions.
Thursday I was gone.
Right.
Next are claims. Approval of all claims processed through May 24th, 2022. This needs to be amended to include payroll ending May 18th, 2022.
Move approval of the claims as amended to include payroll through May 18th.
Second?
Okay, call the roll, please.
Yoakum.
Yes.
Flowerday.
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Amundsen.
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next are consent items. These are routine business items that are expected to be adopted without dissent. Any individual item may be removed for special discussion and consideration by a commissioner or by any member of the public without prior notice. Unless there's an exception, these items will be approved as one with a single vote of the Board of Commissioners. These items are approval of amendments to the following county contracts. C-15-62 with Summit Foods Service, LLC for annual food service for Lancaster County Correctional Facilities. C-21-711 with Genuine Parts Company, doing business as Napa Auto Parts for aftermarket vehicle parts and supplies. C-20-470 with National Everything Wholesale, a network distributor for janitorial and sanitation supplies, equipment, and related services. C-18-272 with Fire Spring for business card and letterhead printing. C-18-271 with Cornhusker State Industries for business card and letterhead printing. Right-of-way contracts with the following. Baker's Dozen Farms, LLC, South 134th Street and Firth Road, in the amount of $343. Jerry L. Minchow, Revocable Living Trust, North 98th Street and Davy Road, in the amount of $991. Emily A. Harris, North 98th Street and Davy Road, in the amount of $847. Jonathan D. and Stephanie L. Urbaum, South 38th Street and Stagecoach Road, in the amount of $1,372. Paul A. Voller, South 190th Street and Hickman Road, in the amount of $343. Change order number 1 to county contract C-22-205 with Pavers, Inc. due to a plan revision. Change order number 2 to county contract C-20-556 with Van Kirk Brothers Contracting due to the contractor overrunning the project by 2 working days. Setting a public hearing for Tuesday, May 31st, 2022 at 9 a.m. in Room 112 of the County City Building regarding a request from the Director of Building and Safety to revoke special permit number 17027 by rescinding County Resolution number R-17-68 Tallgrass Hills Community Unit Plan in the vicinity of Southwest 98th Street and West Yankee Hill Road.
Move approval of the consent items?
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the consent items. Call the roll, please.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next, on number 4, public hearing, application for a Class Y liquor license for Caprilo Winery LLC doing business at Windcrest Winery.
All right, we will open the public hearing for this Class Y liquor license. Is there anyone here wishing to provide testimony? Please come forward.
I'm Shannon Martin Roebuck, the applicant.
Okay.
Swear you in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Well, thank you for being here. Tell us a little bit about the application and the business and your part in it.
Yeah, I am the owner of Caprilo Winery LLC. We purchased Windcrest Winery at the end of February, and I'm happy to be a woman vintner here in Nebraska.
Are you a native Nebraskan, or did you come here for this specific purpose?
I came here actually to be executive director at Capital Humane Society, and when I left there, and I turned 50, we decided to purchase this vineyard.
Hey,
I'm originally from Illinois, so this was coming home to me, coming back to Nebraska.
will the operations change at all?
No, we're going to still have the tasting room as it was and offer some wines available online as well.
Okay, it's a very nice facility. Questions?
No, I've been there, and thank you for keeping that open, and
Yeah.
it's a good business in Northwest Lancaster County.
Glad to have you here in Lancaster County.
All right. Thank you very much. Anyone else wishing to provide testimony on this item? All right, if you want to take a seat. Thank you.
Good morning.
Need to swear you in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do. John Berry, Lancaster County Engineering, 444 Cherry Creek Road. As part of this review, Lancaster County looks at the license. We did have one comment. We had 3 comments, but one that was the main comment was that we requested that the applicant apply for a new driveway permit. The current permit was from 1977, and it was just for a dirt driveway, which was probably for the original field drive. And as part of this permit, we have certain standards that must be met. The permit is going to be for a residential/commercial driveway. Our standards usually call for that off the edge of the road, they must slope away from the road so we don't collect water. In this case, we had, the permit was applied for yesterday. Usually it takes us 7 to 10 days to process a permit, but in this case, we had our county superintendent for that area go down and take a look at it. He came back with that it does not meet our standards. The driveway slopes completely to the edge of the road, which would then retain water and cause an issue at that time. So generally at this point, we would deny this request or deny the permit. However, if the applicant would be willing to go on record and state that they are committed to go ahead and fix this problem, we would then conditionally recommend approval for this driveway.
Was Shannon made aware of this issue before this moment?
We just got this the other day, so the permit was just issued yesterday,
Okay.
so I really doubt that.
Okay.
What's involved in making the?
They would just have to do some grading on the driveway. Just kind of slope it away 3 or 4 feet so the water does not collect there. As far as like the exact amount of work, I don't know if they can do it themselves, if they would need a contractor to come out. We'd be more than willing to give them, I know they have a temporary permit that's up August 2nd. It's roughly 60 days. We would allow them, or if they would do that work or commit to doing the work, we would give them that 60 days, basically to get this work done and then recommend approval.
All right. At the county attorney's office, are you comfortable with some type of approval on item 5A with these qualifications?
Yes,
I swear you in.
yes. John Ward, Lancaster County Attorney.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do. Commissioner Shore, County Attorney's Office would be comfortable. I would also note, and perhaps Ms. Martin Roebuck can address this, the initial application was for the farm winery liquor license only. not the corporate manager's license. And the language on new business item 5A and the public hearing 4A address the corporate manager's liquor license in both instances. The resolution addresses only the Class Y farm winery liquor license. So if the board were to conditionally approve that with Mr. Barry's comments that Ms. Martin Roebuck work on the driveway, I'd be okay with that, and then we could address the corporate manager portion at a later time.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask, was that ever discussed with the applicants before this moment?
No, it came as a surprise to me because I reviewed the application and it was just for the farm winery. And if Ms. Martin Roebuck thinks differently, she can certainly address that.
Shannon, are you interested in the corporate manager portion as well, I would assume? Okay, so the best way to handle that would be to have a separate resolution next week approving that. And I would assume you would not need to be present for that portion. It would just be us, or would we have to have a second public hearing?
If we finish, well, we are having the public hearing for the corporate manager's license, so I think we're okay for that. We don't need to have the public hearing. Ms. Martin Roebuck doesn't need to be present.
Clear? Apologize for the short notice on this. Okay. Anyone else wishing to provide testimony on this item? All right. If not, is there a motion?
Well, before we close the
We'll
public
close the
hearing,
public
do
hearing.
we need to clarify that the applicant understands the concerns of the engineering department and is agreeable to meet those?
I agree to fix the issue.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Rick. We will close the public hearing and entertain a motion. Well, we'll read new business item 5A.
Under new business, this is a resolution, the matter of applications for a Class Y liquor license for Caprilo Winery LLC doing business as Windcrest Winery, and a corporate manager's liquor license for Shannon Martin Roebuck.
Okay, I may have gotten a little lost in all of that, but is the corporate manager's liquor license what we're approving today? Is that
No,
accurate?
we'll do that next week.
That's what
Even though it's mentioned in item A,
So we are approving what? We're approving the liquor license
The Class Y liquor license.
with the addendum that the modifications recommended by the engineering department will be made. I will move that we approve the Class Y liquor license for Caprilo Winery with the understanding that the applicant has agreed to make the changes that are recommended by the engineering department.
Second.
and just note that the temporary license or permit for the driveway is in place for 60 days. Okay. All right. Call the roll, please.
Vest,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Well, thank you very much for being here. As I said, we'll finish up the additional paperwork next week. All right. Have a good day.
Next is a resolution directing the county engineer to conduct a study and the planning department to write a report regarding vacating a 50-foot right-of-way located in Raymond, Nebraska, more particularly described in Exhibit A and located in Lancaster County, Nebraska.
John Berry, Lancaster County Engineering. This is a petition that was brought forward to vacate a portion of, well, actually all of the North Street in the village of Agnew. It's just a small little section of roadway here. The petitioner was the owner of the property to the south. It's currently not used as a road, it's just a grass area. And that's what this will be for you to authorize us to do a study.
Questions for Mr. Berry? None. Is there a
Move approval
motion?
of the resolution?
Second.
Motion is second to approve the resolution conducting a study. Call the roll, please.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is a resolution directing the county engineer to conduct a study and the planning department to write a report regarding vacating a portion of Northwest 25th Street Raymond, Nebraska, more particularly described in Exhibit A and located in Lancaster County, Nebraska.
John Berry, Lancaster County Engineering. This is another one of the resolutions asking you to have the engineering department perform a study to vacate Northwest 25th Street. This petition was brought forward to us by the two adjacent landowners. Apparently the road is not used very much according to them, and they are actually doing the maintenance themselves on it. So they are wanting us to do a study and to vacate that portion of the road. It is part of Massic's edition, Massic's first edition, so.
Move approval of the resolution?
Second?
Motion is second to conduct a study regarding the vacation. Call the roll, please.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5D is a resolution in a matter of authorizing the county board chair or vice chair to sign the task order agreement with FHU for NEPA services.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. We've had a number of these in front of you the last several weeks, and this is really the beginning of our contracts for our federal aid projects. Larry Legg in our office likes to refer to these as the contract to scope the scope. NEPA, of course, is the environmental that we need to do with all of these federal projects. This item and the next preceding items all apply to Fletcher Avenue and the kicking off of the Fletcher Avenue project from 84th Street to 148th Street. And I should note that I showed that on the exhibit on the overhead.
Move approval?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5E is an on-call professional services task order agreement with Felsberg, Holt, and Ullvig for NEPA services in the amount of $11,197.40.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. This is the contract with Felsberg, Holt, and Ullvig to scope the environmental process for the project.
Move approval?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. F is a professional services agreement with Nebraska Department of Transportation for Lancaster County to perform scoping preliminary engineering services in a total amount of $3,208.37.
So this is actually for the preliminary engineering associated with Fletcher Avenue from 84th Street to 148th Street.
Move approval?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. G is a resolution in the matter of authorizing the county board chair or vice chair to sign a professional services agreement with the Nebraska Department of Transportation for preliminary engineering services.
Move approval?
Second?
Motion and a second to approve. Call the roll, please.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson, Amundson,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. H is a special event permit application from Dave Manerick, Nebraska Sports Council for the 2022 Cornhusker State Games Gravel Grinder Cycling Event to be held on July 16, 2022.
Well, this is always something fun to talk about.
One of the best.
Welcome, Dave.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
The 38th annual Cornhusker State Games are coming up. Most of the events are July 15th through the 26th. And we're expecting about 10,000 athletes again. We're on pace to get that with the registrations that are rolling in, and looking forward to a great event. The Gravel Grinder takes place on Saturday, July 16th. It's one of 3 cycling events that we offer, and a very popular one. Our directors are Jason and Jenny Saborin, and they submitted the original route, and the engineering department provided recommendations for a changed route, which they made. And I think that's been approved, and so that the route should be very safe for these experienced people to keep all the riders safe and and have them enjoy the state games experience this year.
And just for curiosity and so the public knows, how many miles are involved in this gravel grinder?
There's 2 routes that the participants can choose. One is 100 kilometers, and the other is 40 kilometers.
Okay.
This is always an interesting event, and it amazes me the people that come up to me in the weeks following it to say, that grinder thing is really a cool deal. They've come from all different diverse walks.
Yeah, it is. It's fun. And yeah, it'd be a little bit nuts to ride on gravel for 100 kilometers. We used to offer a 100-mile route, but there were so few people entering after the first couple of years that it became laborious. But that's a long ways in July.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they did it.
It's
They did it, and then they found out they didn't want to do it again next year.
Yeah, pretty much.
Looking at this map, this looks plenty long.
It's plenty long.
Yeah.
I consider it a significant drive, but let alone on a bike. I will move approval.
Second.
Somehow you always pick the hottest weekend of the summer.
You know, that's true, but last year, you might remember, we sure do, we got quite a reprieve in July.
Okay.
So we had an opening ceremonies where people were wearing light jackets for the first time in my memory. It was a really nice weather event last year. Maybe that'll happen again.
And a shout out to all your volunteers that make this come together. It is an absolutely amazing undertaking that goes
Thank you
off.
for that. Volunteers and sponsors make it happen here.
All right, we have a motion, a second. If you call the roll, please.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
5I is a request for an
Thank you.
exceptional circumstance award under Personnel Rule 17-9 bracket B for Carrie Forbes, Accountant 2, for a one-step pay increase.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kevin Nelson, Accounting Operations Manager in the Lancaster County Clerk's Office. Today I come before you with a request for an Exceptional Circumstance Award for Carrie Forbes in our office. As the County Clerk alluded to, she is an Accountant 2 in our office. She's actually been with the County Clerk's Office for 10 years, and next month she celebrates her 20th year anniversary with Lancaster County. So she's been a long-term dedicated employee to not only our office, but to Lancaster County. The reason I come before you today with this request for an Exceptional Circumstance Award is 3 years ago, Carrie stepped out in the position that she was in. We'd been working for as long as I've been here to get that position reclassified to more accurately reflect the duties that were being done. And in all reality, about 2 years ago now, those duties changed significantly. We brought a person into our office, filled a position in our office. That person was very efficient, very computer savvy, and it allowed us to kind of reorganize some things, which was a great thing. But it allowed us, with Carrie working towards her bachelor's degree in accounting, it allowed us to then shift some work off of my plate onto hers, which was very timely with the Oracle implementation. And since that time, she's been very instrumental with encumbrances, with fixed assets, and over the last couple of months, she's been working very hard on implementing our new fixed asset software. You may not be aware, our current fixed asset software is over 20 years old, severely outdated, and we've been working with the Budget and Fiscal Office to get that updated and rolled into JDE, and Carrie's been a very instrumental part of all of that. So we come before you today with the request for an exceptional circumstance of a one-step increase for Carrie.
Thank you for that explanation. It certainly seems well justified. Rick?
Thank you, Kevin, for bringing Carrie forward today, and thank you, Carrie, for the way you're helping modernize Lancaster County. I think few folks really understand the complexity it takes to run a county of this size and with this much going on at one time. Folks like you help us use taxpayer dollars efficiently, and the board deeply appreciates your efforts. Thank you.
Well deserved.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you so much for your work. And you know, you're always a cheerful person. So it doesn't seem, you know, even though you're doing this type of work, which must be very stressful, you maintain a very good attitude. Thank you.
I move approval.
Second.
Thank you also for your 20 years of service. It goes by fast. Call the roll, please.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes,
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
All right, thank you, Kevin.
thank you.
5J are appointments of the Lancaster County Indigent Defense Advisory Committee for the term of May 1st, 2022 through April 30th, 2025. This includes Heidi Hayes, Andrew Weeks, and Spike Eckhold.
Are any of these people in the audience this morning?
Would have been nice to have them here. We deeply appreciate what they do in this position. I move approval.
Second.
I just want to get it on the record that when we say Spike Eichholt, we mean Christopher Eichholt.
Yes. that
Spike
is
is
his-
a nickname. This came up last week, too. I just want to be very clear on who we're talking about.
Christopher is his given name.
Yeah. And I know he prefers to go by this, which is fine. I just so that it's clear on the record.
Okay. And again, we thank these people for their volunteer service. Call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. K is an agreement with Arthur Anderson for job shadowing at the Youth Services Center.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion is second to approve. Call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. L or grant contracts using ARPA funds for the term of March 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2026 with the following. Cedars Youth Services in the amount of $813,835. Family Services Lincoln in the amount of $500,000. Fresh Start in the amount of $274,350. Mental Health Association in the amount of $230,000. Morning Hope Grief Center in the amount of $100,000. St. Monica's Home in the amount of $350,000. The Hub in the amount of $142,315. Voices of Hope in the amount of $167,000. Yazda Yazidi Cultural Center in the amount of $75,000.
Is there a motion to approve
Move
these
approval.
9 grant contracts? It's nice to see the ARPA funds getting out into the community and doing the good that they were intended for. Call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yep.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. M are grant awards and subawards for Centerpoint for the Truancy Diversion Therapy Program, around $3,328. Family Service Lincoln for the School-Based Therapeutic Services Program in the amount of $85,000. Girl Scouts Spirit of Nebraska for the Juvenile Justice Outreach Program in the amount of $19,966. Mediation Center for the Restorative Justice Program in the amount of $86,560. The Hub Central Access Point for Young Adults for the Volunteer Coordination Program in the amount of $36,207. And the YWCA of Lincoln for the Life Skills Program in the amount of $61,036.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion is second to approve these programming funds regarding the Crime Commission and Juvenile Justice Aid. Call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5N is the Juvenile Justice Prevention Fund recommendations for 2022 through 2023.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the JJPF recommendations. These were approved by JBC last Monday. Correct. Call the roll, please.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. O is a contract with Office Interiors and Design, Inc. to provide office furniture to the county attorney. The cost to the county is not to exceed $202,365.26.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion is second to approve. Call the roll, please.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. P are contracts with the following for the annual supply of traffic channelizing and barricade devices in an amount not to exceed $30,000 for all contracts. This includes All Road Barricades, Inc. and J&A Traffic Products.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the barricade contracts out of orange cones. Call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Best,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5Q is access agreement with the Board of Regents of the University of Nebraska to allow University of Nebraska-Lincoln's Conservation and Survey Division to collect soil samples in the county right-of-way.
Alex Olson, Lancaster County Right-of-Way Department. So this is basically a utility permit, just worded differently. The local NRDs are pairing with University of Nebraska and are doing soil samples around the state. One of them is going to be just west of Hallam, and that's what this is for. Other than that, the university has a little different way that they like to do agreements, so.
You have no issue with the different way then?
No,
It's
this
not a
has all
problem.
gone through the county attorney's office to make sure all the legal is correct.
Okay. I move.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have 2 motions and 2 seconds. So we're real
Votes
excited about this
almost-
one.
Votes
Call the roll.
almost not needed.
All right, call the roll, please.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next are agreements to provide referee services to hear evaluation protests for the 2022 tax year to transmit to the Lancaster County Board of Equalization all papers relating to such protests together with written findings and recommendations with the following individuals: Mickey Tuttle, James Shatowski, Elizabeth Duncan, and Greg Heinzman.
John Ward with the Lancaster County Attorney's Office. I just note on item R1, Mickey Tuttle was originally Douglas Tuttle on the agenda that went out Friday. That was just a typo, and Douglas was another name on the insured card.
Okay. Move approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is public comment. Those wishing to speak on items relating to county business not on the agenda may do so at this time.
All right, is there anyone wishing to make public comment? All right, please come forward. Good morning. Good morning. I do believe we have a piece of paper there, so if you'd sign in and state your name for the record.
I'm Diane Heitbrink. I live at 1601 North 98th Street in Lincoln, just on the east edge of Lincoln, and I am, the reason for my comment today is that I am requesting some funding for a county road to be improved, to be paved. The reason that I'm asking this is we've kind of come to an impasse for a solution on this particular road. It's from Holdridge Street on 98th to Adams Street, and then there's a small section on Layton Street as well. Really, the problem is dust. We're approaching about 1,000 vehicles a day on these roads. So the dust has really become a very big problem. And in visiting with the county, you know, they've kind of indicated that the number of vehicles to kind of maintain a gravel road or a rock road is around 300. So we're kind of giving them an unrealistic task to try to maintain this road for us. We did go through a 6-month experimental treatment on this road, which I, as one of the people that live on this road, it seemed to work really well, but it was just a 6-month project. Now we're back to where that they have actually put rock back on the road because the project, when it rained, a lot of people did not like what happened to the road during the rain. I think the county engineer's office got several hundred calls of complaints about a muddy road. Not that mud happens all that often, but I realized that was a problem. And really, I think we're at the point on this road with the amount of traffic on it that paving is really the only option. I really, we've got, I don't know if a lot of you, I don't live on a rock road, but it's a little bit like drywalling. When a drywaller comes to your house, he hangs that sheet of plastic and then you expect the dust to stay out of places. It just doesn't happen once he starts doing this. And it just, it would be like if a drywaller were at your house 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The dust just never, ever goes away. You try to go out to get your mail at the mailbox, you wait for the dust to settle, by then another car's gone by. It just never goes away. So, I'm kind of concerned about the health of our neighborhood. This just isn't a healthy environment for us. We've lived there for over 30-plus years. I know a lot of our neighbors have as well. We didn't design how this neighborhood, was going to be impacted by the city and the growth of the city. That's another, a concern of ours is when this new school opens in August, what will happen to the traffic on our road. A lot of these, in this new Robinson Elementary, a lot of this is the school area that it's going to encompass is going to be all the way from the north of the North Walmart on 84th Street all the way to O Street. Well, anybody who's north of Holdridge Street is going to have really no walking access to the school at all. I full well expect a lot of these students to be transported by their parents down 98th Street. So I see traffic, in the next 3, 5, 7, 10 years is just doing nothing but increasing and increasing. And, it's a very unhealthy atmosphere to live in a constant state of dust. So I'm just asking for some consideration for some projects to be funded so we can move forward and, get this road paved.
Well, Diane, we appreciate your comments. Obviously, you're speaking from experience and firsthand knowledge, and the impacts of the school are certainly something we will take into consideration when we're working with the county engineer on budgets for 22-23.
Great, that would be good. we just have a lot of new growth in this area, that the city is putting up. We've got these mega apartment complexes on Holdridge Street on about 95th, 94th, 93rd in there where they put the roundabout in. They're just starting to lease those, so, we're just, we've got new growth on Adams Street. So, just would really appreciate anything you could do to help us resolve a problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to make public comment? All right, seeing none, if you continue with the agenda, please.
Next are announcements. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners.
I'm sorry, Mr. Clerk. There's another gentleman here. I apologize, I didn't see you.
All right, I'm a little guy. My name is Len Lanhoff, and I've been here I don't know how many different times to these meetings. Never seems like it ever gets anywhere, anything done. At North 98th Street, when they do get those apartments all in, which she just got done talking about, what do you think those people are? They're gonna go to Walmart. Everybody goes to Walmart. Where do you think they're gonna go? They're not gonna go out in 84th Street. Too many stoplights. They're gonna come down at 98. That's gonna be, like she said, a lot more cars. And we got apartment complexes down at the north end there on Adams Street. I don't know where those people are gonna go, but I'll bet you that half of them will be coming down 98 too. It's just something that needs to be done. This is getting ridiculous out there. I was out in my garden yesterday and I counted 3 cement trucks in a half an hour. I was out there pulling weeds. That's just a half hour. And there's all kinds of cars going back and forth. I wasn't counting the cars. I just counting the lumber trucks, the cement trucks that wears and tears on that road. Now my neighbor, Hanson over there, he used to have a garbage route, not Hanson, Harms. He told me even that when he had his trucks over that one time, he said that road gets so icy, he almost dumped his truck a couple of times, garbage trucks, which is a lot better than a car, you know. And he says he's scared about it too. These kids and parents coming up behind from Walmart going to that school, there are going to be a lot of them in the ditches. And what's it going to take to somebody die out there before we listen? That's what it's going to be, because you're going to have a lot of people out there. And that dead end there, too, on Layton, I've seen 3 or 4 cars this last year going right off that dead end. And that park that somebody, you know, thought that was such a good idea, all that is causing more alcohol, drugs, and all that stuff. See people parked out there. Last week, I think it was last week, somebody drove their car through there and went down in that gully. All you could see was the back end of it sticking up out of there. And then this last weekend, this John Hanson, if I had his name on my mind, somebody went and drove through his fence on the corner there. He just had it redone because he had all those trees taken out and they knocked it down. So it's been down for a while. He had it all redone and everything, and then just this last weekend, somebody drove through it. And a lot of us out there have had our mailboxes smashed. There's been stuff dumped in the ditches. I had a dishwasher here 2 weeks ago, dumped in my side of the ditch. 3 weeks before that, there was a piano and a bunch of other trash further down the road on North 98. Sure, I see the state patrolman. He comes out there maybe once a day, if that. But we need somebody to patrol that thing at night. They're not doing it during the daytime. If they were, we'd catch them as people that live out there. We travel that road too. But these people are doing it at night. It's getting, you know, if it was a paved road, and if the city had it, or whoever would be in charge of patrolling that out there, that would stop some of that. I mean, this thing should have been paid back in 2008 when they finally made up the plan to put that big water main down through there. I don't know if any of you guys were involved in that back in 2008, or if you even hold the jobs that you got now. If there were some other people here. I don't know. But that all got trashed away. I mean, I doubt if you people even have plans for that anymore.
1 minute.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank
for your
you,
time.
and we will share your concerns with the county sheriff and see if we can get some, deputies out there in the off hours to see if we can curtail some of that activity that's going on.
Another thing is that the speed limit needs to go down. People aren't driving 55, they'll just, I don't have a speedometer on them.
Thank you, Lynn, for sharing your comments. All right, anyone else wishing to make public comment? All right, seeing none. Okay, now we can continue with the announcements.
The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will be attending the Lincoln Chamber's May Public Policy Forum on Wednesday, May 25th, 2022, from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. at 1128 Lincoln Mall, Suite 100 in Lincoln. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold a staff meeting, including budget hearings, on Thursday, May 26, 2022, at 8:30 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold its next regular meeting on Tuesday, May 31st, 2022, at 9 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building. County Commissioners can be reached at 402-441-7447 or commish@lancaster.ne.gov. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting is broadcast live on Link TV City. For the rebroadcast schedule, visit lincoln.ne.gov. Meetings are also streamed live on Link TV, YouTube, Roku, and Apple TV.
I move we go into executive session for pending and potential litigation, legal advice, and union negotiations, and to protect the county public interest at 9:45 a.m.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to go into executive session for pending and potential litigation, legal advice, union negotiations, and to protect the public interest. Call the roll, please.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Best,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore.
Yes.
Carries 5-0.
We are now in executive session, and we'll ask
fines millions of dollars.
Second.
Yes.
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 Move we adjourn.
Second. Motion is second to adjourn. Call the roll, please. Vest?
Yes.
Hamilton? Yes.
Yes.
Flowerday?
Yes.